Hey guys, today is March 20th, and so I wanted to do a video to update you on the revision and what happened after I did my last video. So I went to the doctor on the 6th, and I told her I tried to put a band-aid over it, but because of the liquid, the band-aid wouldn't stick. Well, she tried to put steri strips on it, and by the time I got home, which was a 2-hour drive, they were off too. So, within a couple of days, the incision started getting bigger. And by the weekend, or Thursday or Friday, I can't remember really what, I got a tear duct open and it was black. And I thought, oh God, I've got dying tissue in there. So I sent her pictures and emailed her. And she wanted me to come down. So I went down. Let me think. No, she did on that visit, she did a culture. And it came back that I had an infection. And so the hole got bigger, and it wouldn't. She put me on the antibiotics and said it should start clearing up and closing. Well, it didn't. It opened up like a tear duct, or a teardrop, should I say, teardrop, and you could see black. So I sent her those pictures, and she goes, "Your incision's not healing." She goes, "We need to pull the whole thing out." And we had discussed the possibility of her having to pull the whole thing out, and that she won't put a new one in for a year because she wants the body to totally heal down there. Now, I want you guys to understand something. I told you last video, I am so tired of operations and healing, and I really thought my body was rejecting this pump. And the reason why I discussed this with her on the phone, or that Monday, and she ended up calling me. That's right. After I sent her the pictures of the tear duct, she told me, tear duct, the teardrop. She said she didn't think that was dead tissue. That if I took a Q-tip and put it in there, it should be rubber. That should be the pump itself. And indeed, that's what it was. It was the pump I was seeing. So that being said, so she discussed with me on the phone that she may have to pull the pump. That how did I feel about that, and da 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 da. And I said, well, and she goes, and I do, when we have to do this, I say give it a year for the body to totally heal. We don't know why you got an infection. And I asked her, I said, could my body be something in the material of this pump, because this is a brand new pump. This is an updated pump. I said I had the other pump for 2 years, and she said it could be. I don't think we'll ever know what caused this to happen. She said it has happened before, so don't think you're the only one. I said, oh, well, okay. But when it didn't close, she said that she was going to try to work me into a surgery day, because I sent her more pictures over the weekend, and I had a lot of pelvic pain, a lot of pelvic pain. And she said she was going to work me in. So she ended up working me in to surgery last Friday on the 17th. I was to report there at 3. My wife and I left here at 11:30. Because of traffic down there, it took me 3 hours to do a 1.5 hour. I think it's 1.5 hour commute, 2 hour commute at the most. Yeah. So we left at 11:30. Got down there at 2, and they had me back there at 3:15. And their policy is Tony couldn't sit with me, so she was in the waiting room. 5:15, 5:30 rolled around. The anesthesiologist came in, talked to me, and said, "There's a case before you that's ran into some snags, and so we're just waiting on that to finish, and then we'll clean the room up and da 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 da." She actually worked me into not the regular operating room, but she worked me into the clinic slash emergency operating room. So emergencies came first, and I didn't end up going into surgery until 8:30 that night. Yeah, and it only took her 45 minutes. 8:30 that night. Anyway, So what happened was the infection caused the incision to open up about an inch. So that little slit that I told you in the beginning, it opened up pretty good. I was going through 2 to 3 pads a day, soaking up body fluids, and I was really worried until she told me that wasn't. She didn't think that was the dead tissue. I was really worried about losing everything if it was dead tissue because I know guys who have, and I just prayed about it and just tried to, sorry, tried to, just keep good spirits about it. Got into surgery. She pulled the pump out. I have 2 incisions. She closed the one incision, and I think she actually cut and pulled it so she could take the pump out through that area. And then she took the reservoir through my pelvic area. She cut another, like it looks like about 4 inches long, and took the erection device and the reservoir out that through there. Needless to say, she left the drain in. That's what's hurting me right now. Um, in case the infection wasn't cleared, in case it got worse for any reason, she wanted to be safe than sorry. And I'm hardly releasing any fluid right now, so that's a good thing. I'm to send her an email tomorrow with how much fluid I've been losing. I've had to tally it and send her that. And yeah, that's where I am. How do I feel about it? Well, she asked me at when she came to see me in surgery, before surgery, if I wanted to her to take out the other testicle. I said no. Just like, don't strip me of everything. And she said okay. And it's the whole reason why I went for the erection device in the first place is because you had to wait 9 months, and I just felt like I didn't feel adequate. I guess maybe that's the word. I just felt like it was a piece of skin hanging after having a pump and an erection rod for what is it, 5 years now? No, 6 years. Yeah, a little over 6 years. Uh, there was a lot of different emotions. With the rod, I was always worried about being bumped into. At that time, my great nephews and nieces were little, and them touching me, and just things like that. How I looked in my pants, and it was a constant thing. And then it didn't even hold form like it's supposed to, and things like that. And then when it failed, I went for the other one because Dr. Chen said he still felt that was the best thing. And I said, okay. So I went for that. But then when I went and saw Dr. Chi about the pump, after the next rod was doing the same thing, uh, that pump, the last 2 years has been great. I mean, it's done its job. It was never hard, and so if someone used their hand to get up on my lap, they weren't finding anything, basically that would be brought to their attention, and unfortunately that failed. And I kept forgetting to ask her what she saw in it. She probably doesn't remember now, but I'm curious to wonder why it failed. But anyway, she said it wasn't uncommon that they know even with biological males they're going to have to go in and probably replace it at some time. So yeah, so I have nothing right now, but I will tell you this: all besides the drain giving me pain, I don't have any pain. And last night when I slept in the bed, I didn't have to readjust. It didn't wake me up having to readjust my scrotum or anything. And I had to do that before because the pump is hard. And when I would move on my side, it would just bother me. I'd have to readjust everything. So that being said, yeah, I'm I'm okay with it. I I look at it this way: I guess I'm just the type of person that says, you know, there was a bigger picture than what I know. And so for me to make the best out of my situation, I just look at it, it was meant to be. It, for some reason right now it was meant to be. Whether it was because it was really causing my body a lot of turmoil, my body was not wanting it in there. But I mean, I've never gotten an infection down there like that. I don't think I've ever had an infection in my body like that. It was a very serious infection, and that's why she got on the bullhorn and got me into surgery. So yeah, so I'm back to just myself with no implant. We'll see how that pans out. I've got a year to heal, and she told me that in a year we'll visit that, and if I want it, she'll put it back in. We'll see how my body heals and how I'm feeling by then, and go from there. But if it's the same kind of pump, I don't know if I would do it again. Because what if my body did reject it? What if it was my body saying it doesn't want that in there? Whether it be the change in materials, excuse me, because of the update, I don't know. I might ask her, does she have the old one? you know, who's to say what's going to happen in a year? I'm not worried about a year. I try to live just day by day, try to be in the moment. I know there's a tentative plan if I change and want something more, and if I don't, then I don't. I told my wife it's just the way it is. I have been down since 1st of January. I'm tired of being down. Before then, I had surgeries, and about the time I would get a little energy and start doing stuff, I either was down again or the weather got us down. So whether it be weather or my health, I've been down a while and I'm emotionally really tired of it. I need that little bit of sunshine. I need that little bit of productivity. That's just the kind of person I am. And believe me, I've sat on the couch enough. Now, Friday we got home at midnight. In my post-op instructions, it says uh, do activity, slowly increase activity. Oh, it's right here. I could read it to you. Activity. No strenuous exercise. Slowly increase your level of activity as tolerated. Do not lay around all day. Stay active and mobile. Well, what's that tell me? So I got up Saturday and felt pretty good. We had our coffee and stuff, and it was a nice day. We were expected another rainstorm, but we got out there and I sprayed. I walked around and sprayed. Uh, I did a little bit of raking, but it pulled, so I didn't do a lot of raking. I did a lot of watching Tony do a lot of things. She mowed our little park area we built in the back and planted 3 trees there. Uh, she was busy, but I was busy because I walked almost 7,000 steps that day. But I felt it, and then yesterday we relaxed, didn't do hardly anything. I still walked, I think almost my 4,000 steps, but it doesn't take that long to walk those kind of steps out here because when you go to feed and come back, I mean, you're almost at 1,000 steps right there. So anyway, um, and today is laundry day for me. So, and I'm sore where the drain is, and it feels like it's burning a little. So, uh, take it easy and just do some honeydews around here that I can handle. We had a rainstorm last night, and it's expecting to come back in at 11 tonight and rain for a couple days. Now the rains haven't been well. There's been some cloud bursts, and it's puddled out here, but it hasn't made a lake like usually. So we'll see what this next rainstorm is. Up in the wet east mountains of us is supposed to snow, so we'll see. Our elevation, I don't know I think it's 1,100, maybe 1,000, but east of us is where I worked. I was at 4,600 where I worked, so they get snow usually. And then south of us gets snow. So anyway, that's the update on the revision. Yeah, I lost it, but I'm okay emotionally right now. I just need to heal. I need to get through this. The second incision is in the pelvic area. And it's about a 4 inch, if I haven't said that. 4 inches long, and I'm like, wow, my whole my whole bottom end is full of scars. I'm just like, the surgeries I've been through, you know. But you got to do what you got to do, right? So I never take anything for granted. I may not think about things all the time and how privileged I am and I do think how thankful I am all the time, but I I this journey is very special and it can change at any time. As you see the rhetoric and the anti-trans stuff that's going in this nation right now, I really feel for the kids and the parents of these children that they're really attacking. And you know what? I believe you reap what you sow, and these people are going to reap what they sow. They want to take it back to the 50s. That's the way they want it. They want to say no, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You know, it's just not going to go that way. And you know, I just hope any of you who are paying attention to politics, if things happen on for if people start getting penalized and being held accountable for what they've done, the wrongdoings they've done, please don't boast about it. Do your do your proud dance, but don't go on social media and boast about it, because the bigger we are, the better we are. And we don't have to do that, because you know, I know for sure they will reap what they sow. It will happen. Karma happens. Sometimes we may not see it, but it does happen to these people who are wrong to other people, and it will happen to them. I truly believe that. Enough of that. So I'm going to get off here, but I just wanted to update you. Want to update you on my diet too. So I made the 30 days without cheating, and the 30 days was last Thursday, and I still haven't cheated. I've thought about it because I have the green flag now, but I haven't wanted to. It's just like I haven't lost any weight, but I think my wife really thinks this infection's got me down really bad, and it affected me emotionally too. I was a little depressed about it, but I'm waiting for this to clear up and see what I can do. We went and bought some free weights. I can't wait to start, doing some weights and seeing what this body really can do muscle wise, because I know it can do a lot, because I'm already, not too bad as far as muscle measures on this stuff. But I know it can look a lot better, and I'm just waiting. Time, take my time. I'm not the kind that will just jump into something and then I stop. I'll methodically think it through and get it in a rhythm of it. And I got a lot to do. So as soon as the rain stops and the spring starts, I got to pull my horse out, clean her up. She's got winter hair matted all over the place. I don't want to do it right now because the rain's coming, and just leave what I can on her. She knows how to take care of herself too. She'll get down on the ground and roll it off her back if it's bad enough. But anyway, so I'm in good spirits. Uh, I'll be okay healing. I'm taking my antibiotics, and I'll talk to you after I talk to my endocrinologist and see what avenue she wants to take with me, and see if can't help me in the energy area this way and my metabolism. So you guys take it one day at a time. Always make your journey as simple as possible. We'll talk to you later. Bye.